I would like to welcome you back today, and I want to start by talking about the job. And I wanted to see if the link that I sent you was helpful.
Yeah, they went well. I had three positions. I got three interviews.
Okay.
The interviews went well. Sadly, the one I initially wanted didn't call back, but I got one that was even better.
Oh.
So it all worked out. I just wanted to personally come in and thank you for it. It was awesome. I'm back on my feet. I'm doing well. So.
Okay, I'm so happy that
Thank you,
you found a job. And may I ask what job?
Oh, I work at the Bradshaw Fitness Center.
Oh, that's a great place.
Yeah.
Here.
Thank you.
Okay, so how has this impacted your family life and your depressive symptoms? And
Well, I would say that ever since I landed employment, I've been a lot happier. I've cut back on the drinking. I still drink a little bit, become more social about it now, responsible. And I'm finally getting some income, is helping around the house. So it lets my kids see that you can still make it, you know?
okay, so for this therapy, what would you like to talk about?
Well, right now, I was basically just like talk about the employment and how well it went and give you thanks for helping me land the position.
Okay, okay, so would you like to discuss some issues of what your drinking issues so that we won't have to go through that again, so that we can use some appropriate means to cope with stress?
Yeah, I think that now that I got the position, I'm less stressed. And because of the less stress that I'm going through, I'm drinking a lot less. Now, I haven't completely kicked the habit of it, but I am, like I said, more responsible about how I drink and where I drink. As before, I was drinking no matter what. I was going to interviews that I was having, going for that applications, drunk. And, you know, ever since I landed this position, I'm more responsible about that. I'm not doing that anymore, but I haven't completely kicked the habit.
Okay, so could you describe some of the situations that were surrounding when you were prone to drink more heavily?
I would say, you know, when the mail would come in, you see bills coming in, you don't see a way out.
Okay.
You just see the bottle there, just more or less, you just drink it, to be honest with you. Sometimes at night you can't sleep just because of the problems,
Okay.
and that would be a way out. You just grab the bottle, drink, until you get drunk, fall asleep, pass out.
Okay, so
So-
what were some of your thoughts when you were sitting at your table and you see all your bills and you know you don't have the money coming in to even pay for these bills? So what were some of those thoughts that you had, and how would you rate them from 1 being the not so bad and 10 to like I can't deal with it?
I would say it would probably around 7 or 8 because, I mean, I would say that I was not being able to deal with them at that moment, but I know I had the potential to deal with them. It was a matter of me getting on my feet.
Okay, so it seemed as though when things are not particularly going your way, your thing is to turn to drinking.
Recently, it has been. Now it has subsided. It's not as
Okay.
much. But like I said, I still am drinking.
Yeah, okay. So I'm just thinking about future purposes so we can replace those behaviors of drinking when you're not feeling so well with two more appropriate ways to deal with the stress,
Okay.
so that in future tense you would know how to handle the situation and you would be able to better deal with it without going to the bottle. And I must congratulate you
Thank you.
for your not drinking as much. That's a big step, and that's all it took was a little encouragement. You got your job, you got your status back, and now you're the man of the house and you can provide for your family and your kids, and now it's like a big boulder has lifted off your shoulders. So
Yes.
I must congratulate
Thank
you for that.
Thank you.
Okay, so what are some ways that you can think of that would help you alleviate stress? What are ways besides drinking that you used to do in the past that help you to deal with stress?
spend time with the family. But now that I'm working long hours, it's not the same. I don't have the same flexibility on my schedule as I had before. And of course, when you're unemployed, you have all day, every day. And when I had my other job before I was unemployed, my hours were flexible, so I had that in between time. Now that I'm working in this new position, the hours are totally different. I'm grateful and appreciative for the hours, but it does take away from my wife and my kids.
Okay, so are you working Monday through Sunday?
I am.
You are working Monday through Sunday. And do you have any days off, or do you work 7 days and you get days off? Or
right now, I'm working 7 days, I believe, because the whole training aspect of it. But I'm not sure how the schedule's going to look like. I'm hoping that there is at least a day off during the week where I can devote, or at least if there's not, then I'm home at a reasonable enough time to not be as tired and be able to be there for the kids with the homework and just to help out around the house.
Okay, so could you attribute to a small, tiny portion of your time, like 30 minutes? We can start really small, like 30 minutes of your time with your family, and then we can begin to build on that. So if you can spend time with your family, we can depend on that to calm you when you're stressful, and we will use that. So when you're stressful, you would go to seek for your family's help, whereas seeking the bottle, which we want to decrease.
I've never really thought about it that way, but I'm optimistic. I feel like I can devote at least half an hour just to start to see how it goes.
Okay.
And then proceed forward with that.
Okay, and so within the 30 minutes of time that you are allotted to spend with your family, what are some things that you know your family would enjoy, that everybody would enjoy, not just one person, but everybody in the family?
I believe just conversating, telling each other how we're doing in school, how was work, and anything interesting that went on during the day, just, being heard.
Okay, so the treatment plan for today would be, I want you to spend 30 minutes out of this week. We're going to start low with your family.
Okay.
And I want you, whenever you're feeling stressful, I'm going to give you this thought journal where you will be able to rate your feelings, rate your thoughts, and rate the situations surrounding the circumstances that led you to become really stressful. And when you are stressed, I want you to lean on your family for support, because that's what they're there for. So whether it's calling your wife or calling to speak with your child, I would like for you to start going that direction, whereas you feel stressed and you go to the bottle and drinking. And can I ask you, did helping, like drinking a lot, did it solve the problems in which you were trying to not think about?
I wouldn't say it helped the situation any. I mean, at that moment, I felt it did, but the after effects, they tell me otherwise.
Okay.
So I would have to say now that I'm not on it now, no, it did not.
Okay, so would you say that leaning on your family a little bit would be more of a better solution?
I believe so.
Okay, so we will start by assigning 30 minutes of family time, and next session we will see how that went.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Hello. In conclusion, I chose to use a modified cognitive behavioral therapy that has support from empirically supported treatments. And the modified CBT for Hispanics include using engagement strategies, activity schedules, assertive training, and cognitive restructuring. An example of activity schedules that I implemented in the last clip was I assigned the client to spend 30 minutes with his family. I also engaged in cognitive restructuring, in which I told my client to focus on the thoughts, the emotions, and the feelings that arose when he was feeling stressed. And that when he was feeling very stressed, he would go to the activity schedule that I assigned him, 30 minutes with his family. CBT is an evidence-based practice and an empirically supported treatment to work effectively with depression. The only difference between the two is that empirically supported treatment has a manual to guide you in how to do certain things. When teaching a client to be aware of his thought process and rating his thoughts, his feelings, and emotions according to the intensity, I was using cognitive therapy. I also implemented using his wife as a support system when these negative feelings, thoughts, and emotions arose, as a buffer against the negative thoughts to prevent the feelings of depression, which led to an increase in alcohol. So I would advocate for using CBT with emphasis on culture when working with the Hispanic population.